Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by. Today is Thursday and welcome. I hope you're all having a wonderful afternoon. I am. I have a new kit that Lydia has put out, Raindrop, Lila, and I couldn't wait to use it. So I'm going to make something very small, not very complicated. I've printed out a few things from the kit, different things. I want to show you basically how to use digitals in a different way. So, for example, for this digital kit, you know, she has the background pages, she has some tall layouts, she has, that was a misprint, but again, she has the background pages, another background page. So anyway, I thought what I would do is, and here's some tags here. It's a beautiful kit. It's a lovely kit. This is a card, one of the cards. This is an envelope for one of the cards here, and I have an idea for that. And then this was printed 2 to a page because I have an idea for that. This was a misprint, but it's actually something I printed too small. It really isn't a misprint. I printed it on purpose this size, but it was too small for what I wanted to use it for. And then these are some scraps, and I'll show you why they're scraps in one moment. So you don't necessarily always have to use your digital kits for, you know, a journal or as they are. So I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to use, some of my items that I've cut out and what I'm going to be using them for. So this kit is called Little Blessings, and I'm using the add-ons, the backgrounds, and a few of the tall layouts. And I'll leave all the information in the description box below if you're interested in purchasing any of the items that I show you today. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm taking some masking paper that you use for painting. Very simple, very inexpensive. You can get it at any hardware store or possibly even Amazon. So what I just need to do here is, what I've done is I've just cut a long piece. I don't know how much I'm going to need, but I'll let you know. And then I just need to straighten it out. So what I'm going to do is just line it up here. And I'm going to use my knife because I don't cut very straight, as my followers know. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a regular follower, thank you so much for returning, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your comments. I will get to you, my comments, soon. I've been trying to keep up with them. So if I've missed you, if I've missed a comment, just, you know, please be a little bit patient and I will get to those very soon. So I'm gonna just kind of line that up there because my ruler's not gonna be long enough and I don't know how much of this I'm gonna need. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm lining it up on this line right here just to make sure everything is gonna be straight, and I'll show you why in a moment. So here I can see I need to follow this a little bit better. Well, we'll see. Let me just cut this, and I'm going to use my knife. And this is just a knife you can get at any hardware store. And I'm just going to cut that down. Okay, now just let me see here, because I know that's still not straight. I mean, it's pretty straight, but I'm just going to move this over just a bit and make sure that that's going to be straight. Excuse me, my allergies, oh my goodness. And I'm taking my Zyrtec every night and they're just not yeah, this is the season. If you go back to my last season's videos, oh my goodness, you'll see they're bad. So I have my water beside me, and I may be taking a few water breaks. So now I've got this, okay? So I don't know, I'm hoping it's not going to be too short now for what I want to do, which I don't believe it will be. No, okay. So let me get started here. Let's see what we need. So I need it to be doubled, okay? I do need both sides of this long sheet, but I don't know how many folds I need to make, so let's just see. Let's see. How do I want to fold it? I think I'll fold it this way, and then I'll fold it, well, let's see, I don't think I need it that wide. It's going to be a kind of tag and, oh, that's just going to make it for the journaling cards. It's going to be pretty much a tag and journaling card holder. And with a few little notepads, very simple. That's just about going to make it. But that's okay. Let me turn this around and see where we're at. So I'm just going to take this. I'm using it as a cabinet card. It was, let me see here. It was a tag, and I'm turning it into a cabinet card. Where is it? I know it's here. Hold on. Because I printed out a couple of them. Here's the backing that I'm going to use. Okay, so here is what it was. Okay, but I'm going to turn it into a cabinet card. Okay, and here's another. Okay, so I may have to cut it down just a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, and then I'll give you some other ideas of, you know, backing cabinet cards and turning things into different things. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to use that as a tag. It makes a beautiful cabinet card, I think. Anyway, so let's see. So what you want to do is, I want this to become my end piece. And I only need it to be about, well, let me get this even first. And as soon as I get this cut properly, I'll tell you how much you need, okay? I could have done this all prior to, but I wanted to show you the whole process. So, you know, what my thinking is, which I don't really know yet. But, I mean, I do. I have an idea in my head, but, okay, so I want that to be my sort of beginning, if you will. Okay, so that's going to go, I'm going to fold it. I'm just eyeballing it, actually. So I'm going to do this. Okay, and then that's not still very straight, but I'll straighten that out in a moment. Okay, so let's see. So one, is two. I think we'll do 4. There's 3. Oh, wait a minute. I wanted it hopefully to fit inside that envelope as a part of the design. And 4. Okay, so let's see. So let's, so hold on, let me just get that envelope real quick. It might not work. I might have to decide on something else, but the envelope is darling, and I really would like to use that. If I can find it. No, it's in here. We might have to use something else now that I'm looking at this and remembering how the size of the envelope. Let me just see something here. So this is an envelope from the add-on kit, and I backed it with one of the background sheets from the same kit. So I'm hoping that it will fit, because I'd like to use this as sort of a little something you could put it in if you were sending it as a Happy Mail or as sort of a gift, or just wanted to put inside your journal. You know, tack it inside your journal. But I don't know if that's going to work. So typically I will use a scoreboard for this, but I'm not. As you can see. I wonder if that's going to fit. So, let's see. Is that not? I mean, you can't resist that. Who could resist that? Is that not? What a beautiful envelope. And such a versatile kit. You could use it as a baby gift. You could use it, you know, just in a journal. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, like mother and child or whatever. It would make a beautiful prayer journal, I think. You know, just add a few journaling, not journaling cards, prayer cards possibly with Mary and Joseph, or I'm actually in the process of doing something for my mom, and this might be part of it. Now that I think about it, it just came to my mind. I just want to get that up a little bit more and see if this might fit inside, but we'll see. If it doesn't, that's okay. No, that's not going to fit, so I'll think of something else. Okay, so let's get going here so that I don't keep you all day. So, let's see. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. One, 2, and 3. So 3 I think is good. I'm going to cut now here to leave a spot so that I have something to fold over it. And then I'll glue the top and bottom where I need to. So basically what I'm doing is making a long paper bag, okay? Because I don't have a long paper bag, all right? So what I'm going to do is, oh, now I have 2 pieces, that's okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just run a bead of glue on the very top and the very bottom, and this is approximately, let's see, about 11¼ inches long. You don't have to make it that long, just make it as long as you want. So now let me just run a bead of glue. Let me do it the way that I typically will do it, and that is to paper clip so that I can get it on evenly, okay? I just need to trim up that end because it's just a little bit off, I think. Maybe not. We'll see. So what I'll typically do is, if I can reach in here and grab some paper clips, just so that I get my everything straight. So I'm making, like I said, a paper bag. A long paper bag. And like I said, I could have made one first and then come on and done another one, but I just thought, nah, I'm just going to turn on the camera and just do it and see how long it takes. I don't think it will take too long, and if it does, we'll do another video for part 2. Okay, so let's make sure that this side is straight, which I think I'll just kind of go over that line and make sure. I'll just bring it a little bit closer here. It looks like it's straight, so I'm just going to leave it alone. All right, so now I'm just going to run a bead of glue along the bottom, and I'll use Fabri-Tac because it's here. And I'm going to just go along here, and I'll probably get some on my board, but that's okay. I'd rather get some on my board and wipe it off than make too much. I'm going to need room because some of these are going to become pockets. So I'm just going to run some glue along the bottom so I can make my bag. I tried to find a bag that was long enough, but I couldn't. So I thought, well, I'm just going to make my own. So like I said, I don't mind if I get some on my board because I can get that off real quick. I'd rather, like I said, rather just get a little bit on the ends. And you could probably use like washi, which would be great. You know, just put washi over it, or tape or what have you. I could have used a strip of double-sided tape, but I'm not going to glue the top yet because I'm going to be using some of those as pockets. So I'm just going to leave that. So I'm just going to close up the bottom. I'm going to leave the two ends together. Okay, so let me just get the glue off. See, now you can see my process rather than me just showing you what I did. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let me just get this off, and I just used a little bit of hand sanitizer, actually, for those of you who are new. It's my favorite product in my craft room. It's very cost effective, and it takes glue and inks and you name it off of anything. I clean my ink brushes with it about once a month, and then I will wash them with a little bit of Dawn dish soap. But this takes, I mean, I could have left this glue on all day, and you know, if it dried, and even at night, you know, go over it and it would come right off. See? There's a little bit of ink there, or paint or something. Not sure what it is, but it really cleans it up nice. And some of you may say, well, that's not part of your project. Well, I like to give tips for you in my videos because you may not know. And I like you to see how easy it is. And hand sanitizer is everywhere. Just buy the, you know, the store brand, and it takes everything right off, including your hands, which is nice. You know, and then just make sure it's off. I probably had some glue here from the last time I used it. Don't know. Probably. But there you go. Now you have a clean board and no worries about getting anything anywhere else. There we go. So now we have it all dry, and basically that's why I showed you my little hand sanitizer trick, so that that could dry. And now you can take your paper clips off of your paper bag, which if this was a paper bag, you would have it like this, and this would be closed. You'd open up this end and this end. But I'm not going to close that top because, now let me just make sure that this is going to close up the way I want it to. I should just do this and burnish it because it's got a few folds in it, but I'm covering that, so it doesn't matter. There, yes, it's going to do exactly what I was hoping, which is this. Okay, so you want that part of your paper bag, or if you have a paper bag, then that's the way I'm going to do it, so that this will be kind of the closure. Okay, so now I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 panels to cover, and then the reverse. So what I'm going to do is take my scraps. Where are we in time? 20 minutes. So this might be 2 videos. Let me just, because I'm not going to speed it up or do anything like that. I don't know how. I do actually know how. And I did try it once, and I didn't really like it, so I deleted the video. I mean, I sped up a lot of it, and even I was confused, and I was doing it, so. I'm going to take maybe this scrap, like that. That's very pretty. And all I'm going to do is pretty much, I mean, y'all, well, those of you that follow me, if you're just stopping by for the first time, this is how I measure. Pretty much. So I'm gonna cover this panel here with this piece, making sure it's straight. And don't worry if you don't get it right on, you know, your bag. It's fine if you have a little, you know, border or what have you. It doesn't really matter. It would look nice with a border. I'm not going to make a border unless I have to. So that's exactly how I'm going to measure that panel. And then I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to fold it where that was folded and just cure it. And then I'm going to fold this where this one was. You can ink it by all means. I'm not going to take the time to do that. And that one is going to go here. So let me get, I'll just use the Fabri-Tac. It's very quick drying. And really should ink that. Hold on one second. Let me just get my ink really fast. I'm going to use Gathered Twigs. That is my new favorite brown ink. And that was suggested by my friend Evie. And you can find her on Instagram. She's a wonderful person and a great inspiration. So let me just put this on here and get a little bit of glue, not glue, ink. And I'm just gonna kind of lightly ink around here because when I tore it, isn't that beautiful? So pretty. So we're going to put this one down here. And I'm not going to be fussy about covering it. I'm just going to grab my scraps and I'm going to go along and just glue it. And you don't have to glue the whole thing. Just make sure your edges are glued good. And when you're done covering it, you can by all means stitch around it. You know? But just don't cover, you know, just don't, that's going to become a pocket. So you don't want to stitch that closed. But you could stitch certainly around here. Okay. So let's get another scrap. I have so many, so many beautiful things. Might as well try and use these little ones here. See if that fits. Let me just take a look here and see. No, that's not going to fit. So I'll go with this one. I know that that will fit. Yeah. And I'm not going to go right up to the edge here. Am I in frame? I'm not going to go right up to the edge because I want the, I want it to be able to fold. So I will just go here, okay? And then, let's see, making sure I'm straight. By using your board, you can kind of follow the lines on your board if you have one. If you don't, just kind of eyeball it. And I'm just going to go to here and find out where my next fold is, which is here, and just fold this back to where that fold is. And you can tell if your paper is straight, which mine is not, so just go back and refold it like that. Okay, so I'll just tear this piece. And while I'm at it, I think I'll add it to possibly here. Okay. And let's see, I think that's the right fold. If it's not, I can do it again. There you go. And you can tell, if your fold is straight by simply making sure that your bottom and your top is lined up, okay? And then I'm just going to fold it back a little bit. This is 30-pound copy paper. So I'm just making sure it's going to tear nicely. And I'm going to put it up against my ruler. Metal rulers are best, and hold it down tight. And you should get, a nice tear. You should. I didn't. Actually, I think that, yeah. I don't think I folded that in the right place. Hold on. Just making sure. I think I will go over that lip. That will be good. Okay. So now I will take it, turn it over, and just tear that here. It doesn't matter. I'll just tear it like so. Okay. So now we've got two pieces we can glue down. And then I'll just cut what I need to. Oh, wrong scissors. Sorry about that. But it's so fun to use digitals in a different way, rather than, I mean, by all means, use them the way that you want to use them, but sometimes it's fun to use them, in a different way to make different things. So I'll just fold this up here and make sure it's straight. And tear that. And a little bit of ink. There we go. And I'll put this down here. It's a little bit long, but I could trim that up later. So see, I'm just going around my edges. You don't need to glue the whole thing. And you could actually, because you're covering something, I'm just making sure the words are going in the right direction. There are words in this if you can't see them in the camera. I hope I'm staying in frame. Yeah, if you have words, you might not see them in the camera, but there are words on this piece, so I just making sure that they're going in the right direction, which they are. So I do have it a little bit long, not a problem. I can trim that later. I'm going to add this piece now to here. And I do think it's a little bit long, so I'm just gonna go here. Okay, so I can actually just do this. No, I think I'll stick with what's been working. And let me just ink that up a little bit. I'm going to have a sip of water in about 1 second because I feel a cough coming on. Oh, they're terrible, the allergies. They just don't want to quit. So now, let's see, yes, that's going the right way. And I want it to come to this crease here. So I'll put down, I'm going to put it down this way because I can see it better. I'm going to go right down here. Whoops, I don't want to close that up, so I'm going to go here. And I'm lining it up on this end because I know the other end needs to be trimmed up a little bit. And I'm not going right on the fold. I'm going just beyond the fold there. But here, I know I have to trim, which is fine. And now I need a piece for here, which, let's see, find another scrap that's going to fit and look nice. That's, what do you think? Wow, that's like almost perfect. And I do like all the different contrasts. And I do like using my scraps. This one, have I used it yet? Oh, that's more of a cardstock. I don't want to use that. This one I think might be too narrow. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go with this one, but I do need to just take a little bit off. So I'll do that, okay? And I'll take it off on this side. Just a hair, not too much. But I do need to take a little bit off. I hope this is making sense so far. There we go. So now this is going to fit inside here just right. I love how that works out. So what I'll do is, I think it fits good. There we go. Yeah. So I'm just going to now glue, not too close to the top because we need that to stay open. And isn't this beautiful paper? Oh my goodness, so pretty. And like I said before, I'll leave all of the links to the kits in the description box below. And I am using Raindrop Lila if I haven't stated that already. And then the paper is just, like I said, it's the painter's masking paper. So now I'm just going to take my ruler like so. And I might have to turn my board just to make sure I get all the way down. It's just an easy way to trim up what you need to. Okay, see how I have some that needs to be trimmed. So I'm going to go to here and trim that up as far as I can trim it. And like so, without cutting the bottom of my bag that we made. And that's okay if there's a little bit because we're covering it up anyway. I'll go back over it. because we have to cover both sides. That's why it might take a little bit longer than I thought. So there might be a part 2, which I'll just continue and post one, and then I'll post the other. There we go. It doesn't, typically this time of day, it won't take too long to upload. Although I'm not sure what time it is. All right, I'm gonna have some water. I am so sorry. And let me throw away my little scraps here. And just, I'll use my scissors for this little piece here. And that works. And there we go. What do you think? So pretty. I love it so far. So this will go like this, and then here, and then here, and then this will close over like so. And I won't trim that until I get the other side covered. Okay, so let me put this like this again. And hopefully we have enough scraps to cover the back, which I'm sure we will. Excuse me. Thank you. I am so sorry for my sniffles. I'll get another tissue. Oh, so sorry. I'll do this over again if it's not good. Paper towel. Okay, let's find some more scraps. I'll use this piece for sure. And let's see, what else do I have? I have this piece. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so let's cover this. I'm going to go all the way down to here because I want both of those covered. And just bring it up there. So, oops. Don't want to go past that line. Frame, yes. Okay. Part of this was inspired by Yvonne Preston. She did a video on creating with a paper bag that she had been inspired by something on Pinterest, but it wasn't exactly the same. So yeah, so we're both doing sort of the same but different, if that makes sense. Just let me get this here, and I will tear this piece here, and I may be able to get that piece, possibly. No. Okay, well, that's all right. Oh, that's upside down. So we'll go here, like so, and then we'll glue them down. Make it a little bit easier and faster. So I'm gonna go too close, but not too far either. So just fold it back on itself, getting to where that seam is. I should have marked that with a black marker so you could have seen it, but I can see it and feel it. So if you do decide to make something like this, you could also use paper. You don't have to use this. You know, you could use 8.5 by 11 paper. And now I'm just going to straighten it out just to make sure it's straight before I tear it. And I think I'll probably have enough of this to do this end so it's not so close. So there's that piece here. And that works. And then I think what I'll do is move this up a little bit so it's not exactly the same, if that makes sense. And let's see. Pull this back on itself. And let me tear this piece. Oops. Well, that's a shame because that's a good piece, but we'll use it for something. Sometimes my tearing skills aren't very good, which is okay, because there's always this thing called a pair of scissors. Here we go. So I'm going to do something like this and this. Now we need something for here. And did I say this was too narrow? No. So I could do that. I think I might. All right, let me glue this down. And again, I'm just going to go below there. Or whatever. Oh no, let me just make sure I'm going the right way. Yes, I am. Just make sure, because you know you have words that you're using or letters or what have you. And why didn't I glue that first piece down first? I don't know. I don't know. There we go. And I'm going to have to tuck some glue under there because I didn't do that side. And see, my top is right here. You want to keep that open. So that's going to go there. And then this one will go here all the way across to that white, because that will give me a little bit more to close it up with. And I'm going to move it just a little bit this way and trim it because I'm right up against that and I don't want to be on the fold. See there? Moving down to here. No, like this. This is so fun for me. I don't know about you, but this type of crafting is really fun for me. Just grabbing paper and collaging it, or you know, putting it wherever. And I'm not going to even cut that off because I sort of like it. I like that little bit of a edge there. So I'll just put that there so I'm not right up against that bend. Scrapbook paper, music paper. We could have used some music paper. We could have used any kind of paper. I love the digital and I really wanted to work with it in some way. Do I want to use that? I really wish that would fit. I want to use something a little bit different, like this, and that fits. So I'm going to go ahead and use this because, yeah, I think I will. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. It fits. Not really. I might have to just take a sliver off of it. Let me just put this aside real quick and take a sliver off of this, please, because I don't want to get right on that bend. Let's see. Here we go. Wow, I'm very excited. Even though it's different kinds of papers, it doesn't matter. Like this is a cardstock that was in between some paper. I don't know how it got there, but it did. So, but it doesn't matter, you know, because it just doesn't, I guess. There we go. So now I'll just take my ruler and I will just take these off. And I'll flip it and I'll take this off. And then I'll show you my next step. Yes, I will. I follow Rachel from Roxy Creations. I follow lots of people, and they go about an hour. So I've decided that I'm not going to rush. I'm going to take my time and do the project as far as an hour, and then if I don't get the whole project done, well then that's okay. We can definitely go to a part 2. You know, I do have the other things ready, but I wanted to show the process of this. So this is going to fold like this, and then we're going to fold like this, and we're going to fold like this, and then this will fold over like this. Okay, so when you open it, you'll have it like a little folio, okay? And there's the back. And here are our pockets. Now, the next step is to put in some pockets for our cabinet cards or tags, which I'll show you. I do have those ready, so you won't really have to wait long, except I might make some pockets. Let me just cut this a little bit better. And I might leave this open. No, I won't. I won't leave that open because I need to fold that for the closure. Which, what I'll probably do is, I may do a grommet with a string. That would be nice. I didn't really think that part through, which doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we've got all of our tops open and our bottom is closed, and I think I'm going to close the top of this and make this a side. Okay, so I'm going to just lift this up here, and I'm going to glue the top. Oh, wait a minute. Is that already glued down? No. It's glued down to there, so that's fine. So I'm just going to glue the very top of this to make this a side pocket. Okay. And then I'm going to make this a top pocket, so I'll need my punch. And I'm going to use something that I think everybody has rather than using my other one. And that is a 2-inch. Let me just close this up and close this up. So we have This is going to be our side pocket. Let me just make sure that's dry. This is going to be a top. I just want to make sure it's in the middle. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 4. So I'll do 1, 2, and kind of try and middle it right here. No, that doesn't look in the middle. I'm going to eyeball it. It's easier. So making this a top loading pocket here. Up. Making sure it's straight. Here we go. And I'm going to make this a top loading pocket as well. And I'm going to make this a top loading pocket as well. There we go. So fold it, fold it, fold it, and close. Lovely. Okay. I love it. I'm very excited. Very excited. This is pretty much as new for me as it is for you. So now, like I said, I have decided to, now this is a cabinet card that I made using one of the cards in the kit, which was like this, but it was bigger. I just sized it down, okay? And then I took part of the tag, which is this, and I made a cabinet card out of it. And see, this is just the backing from that. I just need to cut that down. Now that's gonna be too big, so that's fine. That's fine. So what we have now, and I'm not going to back my tags in the video right now. I will go do a walkthrough when I'm done. So here is another cabinet card and another that I made from a tag. And then, let's see, I thought I had them all together. Peekaboo, where are you? Let's see. Nope, these are all scraps. Let me put those to the side. These are all scraps. Put these to the side. And save your scraps. I mean, they're great. And we're going to be using them as well. So let me just find those. Where did I put them? I should have put them in this little envelope. I do know I want to use that. Oh, here. No. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did with them. Hold on. I'm looking for my tags. Well, I don't know where they could have gone. Sorry about that, guys. I had them all cut out. Sometimes I can be too organized. Did you ever find yourself being like that? Okay. Channeling Rachel at Roxy Creations currently. Did I happen to pick them up with the scraps? No. Very strange. I don't know where they went, but that's okay. We can continue on with our little book. Let me just ink here. Oh, ta-da. Right there underneath my little piece that I cut off from the bag. I really love this so far. We'll see how it comes out. So let's go open like this. And I am going to take what I have chosen for, I haven't backed these yet, and I will. But here are some tags. This is exactly how they come. And this is from the add-on kit. So you could put a tag here. And like I said, I'll back them, and I'll be backing them. And the reason why I haven't glued here yet is because I am going to stitch mine, okay? But you can go ahead and put, you know, if you don't want to do stitching, you could do it by hand, or you could do it, you know, you could go in there and just take your glue where your seams are, open it up. Sorry about that. You can open it up and just put a bead of glue along here and a bead of glue along here. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to stitch mine. So I have a place for some tags here if I'd like, which is not going in there. So that's good. So what I'm going to do for right now, and this is exactly how this tag comes. You know, I could have used the taller tags, but I'm not, because I don't want them coming out too far, because they will have ribbons on them or what have you. There's another, and there's another. Oh, that's the side loading pocket. So let's see. Then I've made some cabinet cards from one of the tall sheets, which I made something like this one here. I may have that one here, see? So I've just made a cabinet card out of it by taking it out of here, okay? I may do something with that as well. This was, again, on another sheet. I'm not sure which one. This was on another one of the tall sheets, you know, somewhere. Then this was a tag, but I made a cabinet card out of it. This was a tag, but I made a cabinet card out of it. And then this was a tag, but I've made a cabinet card out of it. And I don't, it might fit, and it does. It's a little bit tall, but that doesn't bother me because it's got a backing. And I can even make it even more decorative, okay? So I am going to use that by just cutting that down a little bit because it's a little bit off, which is fine. And all I did was, this is the back of the card, so I glued it on there. But it does look a little bit off to me. Put this right up against here. And yes, it is. So let me just do that. And this is how you can just fix, you know, if you've cut it wrong, you can put it in your cutter, use a knife or a pencil and a scissor. I'm going to also make sure that this side is nice and straight because I'm fussy like that. And I'm going to cut this now here. So this was one of the cards, and I made it into a cabinet card by putting this on the front, and then this was the other side of the fold of the card, okay? And that does fit nicely in one of those pockets, so I am going to be using that. Okay, so then we have, at the bottom of the tags, you have these, which are adorable. This is Sweet Baby. And let's see, we have lots, so a lot to work with here. So we have something like this, and then we have this one, we have the bow, and we have Mama and Me. And then these I saved because they were from the tops of the tags that I took off to make the cabinet cards. if you can see here, like, for example, this was a tag, but I cut off the top. It might not have gone with this one, but I'm just saying, you know, it might have gone with this one, I'm not sure. But when I cut it off to make the cabinet card, I saved it so that I could make a pocket out of it. But I'm not going to cut the bottom off because I want to fold that when I put it here to make the pocket for either a tag or what have you. So you can use these for pockets, you can use them for tags, you can use these, again, same thing, for little pockets or tucks. And then another journaling card, which I'll show you how I'm going to back those in one moment. And then for these, let's put this down. I showed you what I'm going to do with those. For these, I did 2 to a page, and then I just backed it. This is one of the backing sheets. Yes. Or, yeah, one of the backing sheets from the same kit. But I printed this one 2 to a page, because this is what I wanted to do is, and this is printed on linen paper from Swarthmore. I wanted to use it sort of as a piece of stationery to put inside one of the pockets. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, isn't that pretty? That really worked out well. So what I'm going to do is, right here, there's a little fold. So I'm going to go along that fold, like so. Okay, now I could do something like this and make a little booklet out of it by putting in some more paper. Okay, I'm making a little gusset there. Not a gusset, but like a, you know, spine. So I'm just kind of folding it here and about there. And I may put some papers in there and make it like a little booklet to go in, but I don't think so, because I need it to go inside this, so I may even have to cut it down a bit, which I think I will have to do that a lot. So let's see how far I have to cut it down. It's not too bad, but it will have to be cut down a bit to be able to fit inside there. There we go. And you know, it's fine. Just, there we go. And you could add some papers to it by all means, but we wouldn't be able to put it, we wouldn't be able to fit it in the way I was thinking. So it would have to close up like this. So it could just be writing paper, or you could put a few pieces more in there. And then just, well, it's still not gonna fit. Just cut a little bit more off. So I'll go right up to about here. Okay, just take about that much off. And that should fit inside here. Maybe it'll fit this way. It does. Perfect. Yes, maybe. Let me just check. Yeah, okay. So we've got something inside here now. We've got some tags, some journaling cards. Now it's going to go like, it's going to go, oh, wait a second. Why isn't this folding right? maybe because, let me pull this out. Yeah, it was because of this. So I'll fiddle with that, but that's going to go inside here and here and here. So I want to put some pockets inside here, which I think I'll do in the next video, okay? So I'll finish sewing it, decorating it, putting my, I'll finish sewing it. I'll do all my stitching, and then I will come back in the next video and show you what I've done, okay? Until next time, be well, be kind, be safe, be sweet, and have a wonderful day. And I will be back again in the next video to show you what I've done, okay? Which won't be long. Hopefully it will be today. If not today, I'll show you tomorrow, okay? So there's the pieces I've used so far from my little cabinet card tag booklet type thing, which can still, be tucked inside a journal or given as a gift. And I will think of an envelope or some sort of thing to put it in a closure. Okay? So until next time, see you later. Bye, everybody.